I'm ready. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm ready.
So we were talking about emotions, and I was like, you know what? I think it's a great question to ask. What emotions, or what things did you do to uplift yourself while you were going through a difficult marriage? If
Oh, well, that's serious. Boy. Again, I think my spirituality was what kept me a lot of focus on that. And at the time, I had a 9 to 5 job. So I would go and like invest in other things, like other people, the homeless, find somebody that you see with some kind of talent and just build them from this, the ground up, right? So I used to do a lot of that, to kind of like balance stuff, because you know that really what you wanted wasn't what you were getting. And I mark you, nothing is wrong with the person. The person is just maxed out at what they can give.
yeah.
So that's why it's really you are to be true to yourself, all right? And don't limit yourself and stop at what is somebody's best. Know your own best and seek to follow after that, because if somebody is not capable of loving you, you don't have to stop and cap out or max out your love capacity in somebody who is just prepared to go at 10. That's what they can give. They can't give anything else. And nothing is wrong with that, because there will be a perfect woman to want that 10%. But I'm a 100% kind of girl. So there was always a lack for this girl over here. You know that it was enough. But one of the things too, that when I when I started to give myself some attention and put me first, because I begin to peek in at and read books and pay attention to movies and what the spirit was saying to me, because in what was going on was really not, and I wouldn't even go and say fear, but I wanted more. And I realized that I was always coming up short. Right? I wasn't getting a date. I wasn't getting a date. I wasn't getting roses. I had to go out and do a 9 to 5 job. I still have to come home and feed the kids. There was no breakfast that was prepared for me. So I was like, wait a minute, girl, what the heck you getting? I mean, because it can't be, and there is sometimes when even the things that were supposed to come free and natural, it was still falling short. You understand? So I was like, no, I deserve more. And I started to feel okay in that, knowing that I wanted more and I should be given more, right? And there's nothing, I'm not being impatient, because there was a time when I was saying, it's 10 years, it's 12 years, it's 15 years. And when I was looking back, I couldn't mark time other than when we were dating of anything that I was getting from the marriage. Yes, sex was good, but I mean, there comes a time when you can pleasure yourself in other areas. You understand? But you wanted more, a companion, somebody. What was big for me is having somebody's back, because I'm a loyal person. So I'm looking for loyalty, right? So that's one of the big things for me. And if you didn't have my back, every situation, I remember having to come back home from different functions to say that we were good. So we went out, and then I felt like there was something wrong, because I felt like I was led down a path to feel like, I wasn't good enough, or you're giving people the impression that we're having an issue. And the last time I checked, we had a beautiful day, right? So these were some of the things that came up, and there were times when I'm like, you know what? Even if we're gonna fight it out, I'm gonna have to talk to you about some things that I see coming up, because I really wanted to work on my marriage, and I really wanted to give it a fair shot. I'm like, kids are involved, and there's a lot at stake, because it's easier to sometimes stay in the mess because of what you can lose. But I think I'm worth losing what I can lose, because if I build what I can lose, I will be able to rebuild and start from the ground up. I left Jamaica to come here with 2 suitcases. And this in space of like 6 years,